I've got a story for you. It all starts with this frog. This frog holds a secret. It's actually a USB memory stick, affectionately named Michigan. And this frog holds files that I could only print on this, the Sovol SV08 Max, a titan of a machine, a 500 millimeters cubed build volume, and a Core XY motion system, and Voron inspired as it said on the box. So I need to talk about the files that are on Michigan, and then we need to talk about the machine. Welcome to 3D Printing Nerd Studios, proudly powered by PCBWay, CNC, PCB, and 3D printing. PCBWay does it all. And we're actually going to be using 3D printing to solve a problem. So Michigan, the Frog USB stick, is owned by a friend of mine who happens to have civil engineering level skills. And he's got himself a PC that he does his work on. And on that PC, there needs to be a number of fans to keep it cool. And rather than just shoving them into places like you and I probably would have done or have done in the past, I'm not saying anything. What he wants to do is have a bracket system that can hold the fans in specific spots so he can also keep the case tidy. Oh, in fact, here, let me get something.
A few moments later.
I almost forgot, being a person with civil engineering level skills means you probably have yourself a paper printer that can print this level of thing. He took calipers and measured in the case and then designed these parts in his software and then exported them as STL files. And he said, Joel, do you think you could print these? And yes, of course I can print these. And then I looked at the files and I was like, oh shoot, they're large.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
The longest piece is 446 millimeters, and they are 345 millimeters wide. So that's larger than the Prusa XL or any of the Bamboo H series machines. It would work on the Orange Storm Giga turned Blue Storm Terra, but that still has a board that let out the magic smoke, so it doesn't do what it's supposed to, and I have to get a new board for it. And then I looked up on a shelf, and I remembered that Sovol had sent over the SV08 Max in a big old box in case I needed it for a project. And this has a 500 by 500 by 500 build volume, which is perfect because it will fit all of these pieces without having to break them up. Now, I've done videos where I've shown how you can break up pieces that are too large for your 3D printer to print them, and I could have done that. But this also really gave me an excuse to get this big machine out of the box and assembled so I could play with it because I really wanted to. So let me take you through the unboxing. The box for the SV08 Max was quite large. In fact, it says team lift on it, and I am a team of one, so I was able to lift it. And then I put it on the table here, and I was able to get everything out of the box, including the instructions, and I began assembly on the table. And I was a bit flummoxed by the 4 posts and how they would slide in. I didn't realize you had to take a part out. I should have paid attention. So I took that part out and I put the 4 posts in. I put the top on, and then it had me put the motion system in place and screw it in. I did have to tilt it over to connect up all the Z motors, but I was okay with it. Build quality of this machine actually surprised me.
Pretty good.
It's very rigid, very strong, very sturdy. I could probably stand on it, but I'm not going to. Of the things though, I do want to mention though, really big machine, really tiny spool of filament. I implore manufacturers in machines, especially of this size, see if you can include a full spool, a full 1 kilogram spool. Just, that's my wish. Once the machine was out of the box, I had to get a print going. It was a Benchy. And I loaded up some printed solid Jesse gunmetal gray. It was perfect for this because it was just some random spare filament. It was weird because it looked so small on this giant surface, but again, it's a Benchy. With the Benchy done, the next thing was to load up the STL files from Michigan into OrcaSlicer, because OrcaSlicer includes a profile for the SV08 Max. So I sliced it up and I hit print. Yeah, cool time lapses, right? So The machine does have a camera in that corner over there, and it does record a time lapse in that it will take a picture per layer. But I also wanted to get a shot from up above, and I set that to a frame every 5 seconds. So the one on the side is going to be great if you're printing something really tall, because then you're going to get a lot of frames because it's going to take a lot more time. But for these flat pieces, we're really not looking at, what, 50 layers, 60 layers. So it's not the best time lapse from that angle. The overhead is just going to look better. This was the first piece right here, just a slotted piece. It's a little bit bent just from everything being flat, and then the thermal contraction, the contraction of all the plastic when it gets cold, right? It kind of bent it just a little bit. But overall, quality is there. I think this is definitely a good piece. If you look at the bottom, it clung to the bed really well. The bed that it came with, really, I was impressed with holding it down, especially when we get to some of these larger pieces. Here's another smaller piece. For some reason, Orca Slicer, I don't remember if I ticked it or if I just hit do defaults or whatever, it's got a brim on there. And I know I can turn it off. I just must not have.
Lazy Monday.
These pieces are large enough where they should be able to hold on, so it wouldn't need a brim. Stacking of the layers is okay. Again, functional pieces, just quick, so these are good. This was a cool piece. It's got little pegs to hold the fans in place, and it's got slots for running the wires. Again, all of these look great. They look great on the bottom. This is the bottom layer. This is what was sticking to the bed, and I'm really happy with it. Like, it held it flat for the entirety of the print, this large piece, which is good. This one got a little funky. I don't know if you can tell the discoloration there. That's gonna be the bottom layer, but the top layer, it had some issues. I think it was extruding too much. It's not gonna be a problem with the whole purpose of these parts, but at the same time, if this is something that happens continually, I will absolutely investigate. And again, the brim is there because I had forgotten. Let's see this part fit into the other one. Yeah, so this, I believe, will go in right here. This is annoying. And the top here. There we go. So that should slide in like so. I'm trying here. Okay, it looks like that'll fit. It might have to just have a slight adjustment.
Close enough.
Yeah, once that brim is trimmed off, it'll be much easier. But there is the thing. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so that right there, that is going to be for my friend's computer. I'll tell you what, I'll go take these over and let's see how it fits in the machine. Well, that was cool. It's really neat that my friend came to me with a need, and I was able to satisfy that need because I had a bigger machine ready to go. I could have always broken the pieces up in certain ways to print on smaller printers. If that's something you would like to see, let me know in the comments. It's a really fun technique, and if enough people want it, I'll do it. Listen, thanks for coming along on this journey for the Sovol SV08 Max. I'll put a link down below. I think it's like $1,000 for this large machine. I still have a lot of printing to do with it, obviously, but again, I got it out of the box, I printed the benchy, and then full send with really large pieces, and it worked out really well, and I'm really happy about that. If you made it this far, you're awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more, fight for a cause you believe in, print all the functional things, and as always, high five.